Hello all, so today we've got Leela playing white against Stockfish playing black. And this time I've installed the openings book, so hopefully we get an interesting game with more variations than we've had in the previous two. The previous two have both been Frenches. Now here we get a Sicilian from Stockfish, and Leela follows up with knight f3, possibly playing d4 into a main line. Now d6. And I'm guessing takes knight c6 will be played. Or we could, or perhaps Stockfish may opt for another opening choice. g6 is also possible here, and also is knight f6 attacking the pawn. Knight c3, a6. And what will Leela opt to? g3 is a typical move here, Fianchettoing the bishop. Bishop e3 is also an option, bishop g5. So g3 was played, where white will now fianchetto the bishop. And we'll see what Stockfish now plays. Okay, so e5 attacking the knight on d4. Striking it in the centre, but this also leaves the d6 pawn very weak. And white can now opt to play knight d5 perhaps. And b5. Okay, so what black's going to do is play bishop b7, challenge the e4 pawn. And knight d5 has been played, followed by knight bd7, knight c3, and now knight b6. These are quick moves coming. So what will white do here? Takes the knight. Okay, it's swapped off. And now a4, striking at b5. So what will black play, sorry? So he takes it. So I'm guessing recaptures and recaptures, and followed by kingside casting for both sides. It's quite an even game at the moment. White has a slight edge here because the rook is on an open file, attacking a6. The d6 pawn is also a bit weak. So I guess after white castles, then we're going to get into an interesting middle game. Both sides have the bishops. White's bishop isn't tremendously great at the moment, I'll be honest, on g2. But bishop on f6 for black isn't great either. So queen c7, now bishop to e3. Now Leela thinks that it's increasing its advantage, and Stockfish says this is dead equal at the moment. So it's interesting how both engines have different evaluations. So d6 could now be taken. I wonder if white will play it yet. So queen takes d6. Now why has Stockfish done that? So bishop to e6. So maybe rook takes a4. Yeah, so now white is 2 pawns up, but I suspect the b2 and c2 pawns might fall quite quickly. So, okay, rook d8 first. Now what's a good move? Has white got to move the queen? So maybe queen a3 perhaps? No, queen a6. So now maybe queen takes b2. No, rook d1 check, okay. Bishop f1 is the only move. Okay. Looks like Leela has just made a mistake. And now what does they play? Queen takes. They've lost the queen. So now 2 bishops for the queen. So white has just made a terrible blunder. I guess I didn't see the attack on f1. So king g2 and queen takes c2. I don't see how. The time is quite even as well. 1 minute 30 for Leela, 2 minutes for Stockfish. And both sides now say that black is clearly winning, so this could be resignable. So bishop h5. Now where's Stockfish going to choose? g5, shutting down this bishop on e3. Maybe rook b7 here? Oh no, queen takes e4's on. Okay, so bishop to g4, maybe bishop to f5 is going to be played. I wonder if white can get a fortress here. It'd be quite difficult though. There's still a lot of pieces on the board. Okay, rook a8. I'm guessing rook a2. Yep. So h takes g5 maybe? Captures, and the bishop can't move from e3 now. Bishop f5 looks okay. Okay, so king h3. I guess trying to get off the second rank. Queen c8 check. g4's coming. So is white we force play g4. Okay. This doesn't look great. And now queen check. King g3, queen h4. King g2. And now just rook a1, right? And I don't see how white gets out of this. Stockfish says it's mate in 6 moves. And now Leela says black is clearly winning. And Leela resigns. Stockfish wins the first game. And now Stockfish plays as white and Leela is playing as black. Let's see what Stockfish can cook up here. So I think this version of Leela isn't as strong as Stockfish 10. Quite obviously. It lost the previous game I had as well without an opening book. I posted yesterday. So knight f3 and now d5. And d4, knight f6, c4 and now e6, okay. So I'm guessing will black play bishop b4? This is a typical idea here. Oh no, it takes on c4, okay, and now e4. Bishop to b4. So queen a4 is a move here, and then knight c6 perhaps. So knight takes e4 is threatened because the bishop's pinning the knight on c3. So bishop g5. And c5, yep, that's a typical idea. Bishop takes c4, recapturing the pawn. So now even material, takes on d4. Is queen a5 a move here? Yep, queen a5. Attacking the bishop on g5 and also c3. There could be an intermezzo move here if bishop takes f6, bishop takes c3 check, b takes c3, and then g takes f6. Both sides saying the position is quite even. Okay, so bishop d2 instead. Queen c5, bishop b4, b5 check, and now bishop d7. So what's happening here? I guess queen will move back to e7 or c7. The bishop on b4 is also, b5 is also attacked. So queen c7, rook c1. Stockfish seems to be getting his pieces into quite good positions. So castles. It looks like white is a bit better here. The pieces seem a bit more coordinated, and the queen on c7 is being held up by this rook on c1. So bishop to e7, bishop to e3. I'm guessing, so black's got to do something here. Leela actually gives herself saying the position is even. Stockfish seems to think white is better now. f4, maybe going to play e5. So rook c8 finally. So black's got, I'd say, got a decent position now. Just dependent on if white starts to swap off the rook. If knight takes d5, rook takes, and then the bishop is under attack, but the queen's defending. Okay, so black's off the hook now. I wonder if bishop takes a7 is a move. No, so it just goes back to bishop to d3. Now black could really do with getting the queen off the c file, to be honest. Yes, queen b8 and now a3, stopping any knight b4 ideas. Okay, so white is now attacking the rook. Rook retreats, and we'll see if there's any more trades. Maybe just knight e7. Okay, so takes. What's black going to take with the rook? Trying to defend these two pawns on a7 and b7. The bishops on e4 and e3 are very well placed for white, and now the knight's coming into the fray. b5 or a6 maybe have to be placed at a6, stopping knight b5 ideas. And looks like white's preparing maybe g4 and king h2. So knight c6. I don't think white wants to trade. I wouldn't trade if I was white. I'd probably move the knights away. I'll just leave it there and play g4 now. Maybe it's king h2. So they played knight f3, knight back goes to e7. Bishop takes h7 and takes. Interesting. Looks like Stockfish has found something. Knight g5. Oh, crikey. So queen f2 is threatening queen h4, so knight g6 to protect it. And now both sides say that white is clearly winning. Looks like Leela's missed something again. And now maybe f6. Okay, f6. Attacking the knight. And both sides now think that white is absolutely winning. I mean, rook c1, a sacrifice move. So f takes g5 now, and then just queen or bishop takes. And it's game over. Played rook takes, rook to h4 instead. So clearly Stockfish 10 is the stronger engine at the moment. I might try and update Leela with another version and see what we can come up with. But those are two very attacking games from Stockfish and very interesting. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the videos, and I'll post some more content soon. See you later.